Good morning, everybody. My name is Ryan Mulligan from the Mulligan Realty Group. I hope you all had a great weekend. It was, at least here in London, beautiful, sunny, great fall day, even though fall's not technically here, but we always consider September to be basically the start of fall. But we've had some nice summer weather. So if your pool open, hope you enjoyed it. Cycling, running, walking outside. Hey, it's been great weather. So anyways, this is another episode of our Monday market update. First of all, I'll jump right into the numbers here. So we ended up having 256 new listings for the last 7 days. So that actually matched exactly what we had the previous 7 days. So new listings seems to be pretty consistent now. Conditional sales, so sales that have conditions, of course, we had 98, and that was actually up from 73 the previous 7 days. Um, Firm sales, we had 89. So the week before we had 79. So we're seeing a little bit more sales coming through the market here. So that's pretty typical. And I'll get into that in a second here. Price decreases, we had 74 compared to 72 the previous week. So basically the same. We are getting into the fall market now. This typically is the week where it really kicks off. Kids are back to school, families are back to routine with the kids back into school. Sports are starting for winter sports, anyways, such as hockey, so tryouts, tournaments, games, of course. So that stuff's all starting. So people are back into routine, and really, this typically is when people start looking to get in before Christmas or before the snow hits. So they're usually looking these last 2 weeks of September into October and November to get in before Christmas time. So that makes sense why the new listings have really popped up over the last 2 weeks, and sales have popped up over the last 7 days. So all good news. Who knows what's going to happen over the next, let's just call it the last quarter of the year. We've had a pretty slow year in the real estate market in Southwestern Ontario in comparison to previous years, but that comes down to affordability. I ran a few numbers this morning on an average sale price, call London 650,000. That's a little bit high to what it is, but let's just call it even numbers there. 5% down really becomes almost 100% mortgage because of CMHC insurance premiums there. So, that's a mortgage of about $3,500 per month. Um, you know, on top of that, you have property taxes, utilities, potential condo fees. So, that isn't that affordable. So no wonder people are having to kind of pull back from purchasing. Just rates are still too high. And if you had 20% down, that mortgage becomes, give or take 100 or $200 up or down, depending on the rate you get. $2,900, call it $3,000 a month. Again, it's not affordable for the average person. So these rates really need to start continue to come down. We've noticed fixed rates coming down. The variable rates with the Bank of Canada have come down. So, the fixed rates have followed a little bit, even though it's not tied to that. Regardless, they've started to come down as well. Our close friends in the US, their feds will be looking at rates this month as well. I believe it's this week, actually. So that'll be interesting to see what they do with their rates. But yeah, overall, we're in a considered still a balanced market. Now, if you're in the $1 million plus, at least in London and surrounding area, it's going to feel more like a buyer's market. Those properties are selling, but they are sitting on the market a little bit longer. Not that many people can afford over $1 million anymore, like they could through, call it the pandemic market, when rates were, you could get fixed rates below 2%. So it became more affordable to buy those higher end homes. So, in just the city of London right now, we have over 1,600 listings for sale. That's in all price points, all style of homes or condos. Back in the heat of the pandemic, when we were at an all-time high for pricing, which was February and March of 2022, we saw the inventory down to 150 listings, um, give or take a little bit in there, but around 150 listings compared to over 1,600 now. So that tells you right there that why we're in a balanced market, and potentially leaning into a buyer's market. But with rates starting to come down, our average sale prices aren't jumping up drastically. If anything, they've come down a little bit again. But as rates start coming down, affordability starts to be there again, consumer confidence. So, I really don't think our real estate market is going to really kick off again until next spring. Depending on when next spring starts, depends on the weather we get, how bad our winter is. So, anyways, that's just a little bit of an update. Again, I hope you're enjoying the weather. Enjoy that sunshine, and I hope you all have a great week. Again, my name is Ryan Mulligan from the Mulligan Realty Group, and this has been another episode of our Monday Market Update. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.